Right, hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So I got a little bit restless this morning. I was scrolling through social media and stuff and news and just trying to kill time, and since I've been doing more of these videos as of late, it felt bad. I felt like I had to go out and do something and it didn't feel productive, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm coming out on location. It's different, it's more industrial, but I think it'll make a nice video. More long exposures, and this will also allow me to have the opportunity to play around with my new camera setup. Also I should mention the reason why I'm doing this in the car is because this area can be a bit sketchy, you know. Cars have been broken into, cars have been vandalised, cars have been torched here. Gonna do some long exposures, see what we can do, see what kinks and problems we have with the camera, and yeah, then we can work it out, finesse it. But and also learn as well. So yeah, got all my gear, got it in the back there in my new f-stop bag, and get out there and take some photos then. I better stop rambling and get into this. So the next time you'll see me will be under the little bridge, and I'll be doing a piece of the camera and talking about the location a little bit. Hopefully you can hear and see me all right. Yeah, it's quite windy here. I'm getting buffeted by the wind, but this is a little bridge where I am. It's an industrial thing. Whereas I think it's like a pump station. I don't know what it does here, but there's some sort of crane and some sort of machine up top. So yeah, that's where we are, and it is very noisy, as you can probably hear. So I'm going to set up down here. I'll show you the composition soon. That I'm going to go for. I'm not sure about going with a wide lens or going with my 80mm. I'm still trying to work that one out. Yeah, I think the tide is going out because the sand I'm kneeling on, which looks wet, is actually kind of dry. So yeah, and I'm speaking a bit louder as well to hopefully conquer over the noise of the wind and the waves and everything. I'm using my little mini shotgun mic with a dead cat, but I don't know if that's going to filter out the noise much. So yeah, I do apologise. There's not much I can do, but we'll do our best here. So let me get my camera set up and then I'll talk you through the composition. Right, so we're all set up. So I've gone with my 80mm because it's a nice focal length, it's nice and tight, but it also allows me to focus on the main area. The reason why I was thinking about my 28 is if the water was closer to me, but it's further away, and I think this is still going to make a nice composition. So I don't know if I want the whole thing in focus. I want maybe that bit of depth. So I'm thinking about my aperture will probably be around f8, something like that, and then an exposure time, I'm not sure, we'll have to work that one out. I'm hoping for something around the 2-minute mark, so we'll see what we can get. So let's pop on the filter holder and no, hang on. Yeah, we'll get our exposure test done, and then we can work out what we need for like filters to get us close to the exposure time I want, and we need to get all our focus and everything. So I'll do that right now. I'm also spraying out my tripod legs just for stability, and because I don't want to go, you know, I could have the legs narrow together, but since we're at such a low height, I don't want any chance of wobble, and since we are getting buffeted quite badly from the wind, I don't want any of those vibrations. So got it nice and sprayed out into the sand, dug in, so yeah, we should be all good. So yeah, I've got my focus now, focus on these pillars, and now to dial in the aperture, and then we'll work out our shutter speed. ISO, we're just going to keep our base of 100, and then we'll add our filters when we put the holder on. Okay, just looking through the viewfinder and using the depth of field preview, f7.1 looks perfect for me. I don't want it to go sharp all the way through. I just want the main bits to be in focus and then slowly lead out with focus. So, and then it will all work nicely as well when we do our long exposure. Just gonna move over a bit. I don't think I'm smack down in the centre. Just about here, I think. Yeah, that works. Just doing our test shot. Yeah. So I went with 160th of a second, and it was too bright. So going to try maybe a 400th of a second, see how we go. There's no live view on this camera, so yeah, I've got to basically do some test shots and see how we go. Try 640, mirror lock up, 2 second self timer. Yep, that's much better. So our test settings were ISO 100, f7.1, and our shutter speed is 6/40th of a second. So yeah, now to put on the filter holder and then put on our filters once we've calculated our exposure time on the long exposure calculator. Right, so the waves are picking up a little bit, so hopefully I don't get wet here. So yeah, I've just put in my test exposure, so our shutter speed of 1/6/40th of a second, and my 15 stop will work perfectly here, so we're getting an exposure time of 51 seconds. Now I do want a bit longer, so if I go to an exposure time of say 500th of a second, but we adjust our aperture to f8, that'll give us a 1 minute 5 second exposure, which I'm probably a bit happier with, and that'll smooth out the sea a bit more. And it won't affect the depth of field too much. So let's all set that all up, put the filters on, and then take the shot. Right, now to pop in the 15 stop. So yeah, we're not going with a polarizer because I want the shine on the water to reflect off the clouds. So when I get this nice shine on the water. It's probably not going to be as smooth as some of my other stuff that I've done, but this is going to be sufficient. I can't, if I had maybe a 2 stop or something, I could put maybe my 15 and my 2 stop in, make me a 15 stop, and then get maybe about, I think maybe a 4 minute long exposure. No, yeah, about a 4 minute long exposure. So let's put the 15 stop in, and we'll dial in our shutter speed. Put the mirror up, 2 second self timer, take the shot. Mirror up, 2 second self timer. Now the camera's taking the shot. Why did I go on the back of the camera to see what it looked like? I'm going to wait for 1 minute and 4 seconds for this one. So yeah, this is going to be good. I've done it so the horizon is actually dead in our line, and I made sure that I've situated the camera in the middle of this platform. There are some overhanging bits in the shot, you know, with the trusses, but I still think it's going to be a nice composition. So now I'm going to show you quickly, while the camera's taking the shot, what I'm looking at, so you can tell what I'm working with, and then what the end result is actually going to be. Just taking my my photo, very happy with the composition, don't need to do any more. Yeah, stoked with it. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to be a monochrome or if this is going to be a color edit. So what I'm going to probably do is put up both in this video, so you can, and let me know which one you like the most. I think color and black and white are definitely going to suit this image. There's a nice turquoise water in here. I think it's turquoise, you know. Yeah, I get my words mixed up from time to time, so sorry about that if I get it wrong. But yeah, very happy with the result, very happy with what the camera's doing. I'm looking forward to seeing these on the screen when I get home on the big computer, and seeing these files for what they are. So yeah, I'm going to pack up, move on to the next location, which is about half an hour, 40-minute drive, and do the next part of this video. Anyway, let me pack up and I'll see you at the next spot.